Hello guys, how's it going? I am back. Um, so yeah, I am back with a new live stream. I've been a little busy lately, but I am back with a new live stream. I've been doing live streams because lately because it's just easier, much easier, just faster for me to do without having being able to like edit the clips or whatever. Just easier. And so yeah, today's topic. There's actually two topics today. Mostly it's Amber Heard and what she said in the show and in interview, whatever. And so yeah, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm not too sure if you can hear me, but give me 1 second. I'm gonna actually make sure because I'm not too sure. So yeah. All right, we sound good. Okay, I'm back. Um, I guess I sound good, but today is on the topic as I said, Amber Heard. This woman. This is probably the last time I'm gonna be talking about her because I've been talking about her too many times already. Here in my YouTube channel and like in social media, I feel like I'm like getting tired of this sort of stuff because it's just annoying and to see and just disturbing and all that stuff. But once again, this is my YouTube channel, my backup YouTube channel, my second YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe there, go ahead. And also, my main channel is the Big Call. I have all sorts of video there. If you're gonna go check it out, subscribe if you guys like the content. So yeah, this is just going from the bat, starting from the bat, just right into it. I'm gonna to start this video. This video is a little bit just it makes you laugh. It just makes you laugh the way. I have some music in the background. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. So this interview, exclusive interview of NBC News, whatever, Today Show, whatever. I mean, this person, I think she interviewed also Brian Houston. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. And so yeah, whatever. I mean, whatever. They're just using this interview for publicity and all that stuff. So yeah, yeah. It's just let's just get started.
As you sit here with me now, has it sunk in? How could it? Surreal and difficult, in part, yes. This has been a long time coming. Do you stand by your testimony and your accusations against Johnny Depp about abuse? Of course. To my dying day, will stand by every word of my testimony. I think vast majority of this trial was played out on social media. I think that this trial is an example of that gone haywire, gone.
Okay. Right. Okay. Let me go back to this 1 second.
Yeah, about abuse. Of course. To my dying day, will stand by
To your dying day, you stand by your truth.
every word of my testimony. I think
Yeah, but your testimony wasn't even truthful. It was all lies. Like,
majority of this trial was played out on social media. I think.
oh my gosh. Let me go on. She said something earlier that was like kind of funny. It was like, I don't know, whatever.
Surreal and difficult. How could it? Surreal and difficult, in part, yes. This has been a long time coming. Do you stand by your testimony and your accusations against Johnny Depp about abuse? Of course. To my dying day, will stand by every word of my testimony. I think vast majority of this trial was played out on social media. I think that this trial is an example of that gone haywire, gone amok, and the jury is not immune to that. You think the jury saw it?
She's saying that because it didn't go her way. It didn't go her way. Like, she expected all this publicity to be good publicity and like for her to win, right? She expected to win because she's a narcissist. She the thing is that Johnny Depp literally said, like, you know what, I'm done with this chick. Like, I'm done. Like they just got a divorce, whatever. And so what happened was, like, what she tried to do was pretty much like create this smear campaign and destroy his image and all that stuff and his reputation. So I mean, which is something that narcissists do. They just try to destroy your image or your reputation and all that stuff. And so she tried to destroy pretty much his career and all that stuff. But but guess what? it backfired because like now she owes like I don't know $15 million because she lost, and she got a little bit like I don't know like 5 million. I'm not even sure, but the thing is she expected to win. She didn't win because of all the lies that she's told. Like it's just insane. She thinks that people are stupid because I don't know whatever. It's just so it's funny. It is.
How could they not? I think even the most well-intentioned juror, it would have been impossible to avoid this. Every single day I passed for 3, 4, sometimes 6 blocks, city blocks lined with people holding signs saying burn the witch, death to Amber.
Burn the witch, wow. Wow. I mean, it's not funny, but wow. Yeah.
After 3.5 weeks, I took the stand and saw just a courtroom packed full of Captain Jack Sparrow fans who were vocal, energized. Can you put into words?
Okay. 1 second. Okay, you don't have to be a Johnny Depp fan to see right through this girl. You don't have to be a Johnny Depp fan, okay? I have never been a Johnny Depp fan. I never was interested in his, I watched his movies like when I was a kid, whatever, but I was never interested as him as an actor. Like I never actually was interested in, so like, yeah, it's like you don't have to be a Johnny Depp fan to see right through what she's doing, right? Gaslighting and trying to manipulate, the jury and all that stuff. Like it's just insane.
That felt. This was the most humiliating and horrible thing I've ever been through. I have never felt more removed from my own humanity. I felt less than human. Let's go.
Okay, she still has that pouty mouth. Remember that? Remember the last? Not the last live stream. I think the live stream before that. I talked about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard in the trial and all that stuff. I think I titled it "My Take on Johnny Depp" and trial, whatever. And I talked about how she has that pouty mouth and she's like trying to act like the victim and all that stuff. She's still having that right there. Even now, she's still acting. She's still acting. She's still trying to say like, "Oh, I'm the victim here." Like like you gotta believe me. I'm the victim. Like no, she still has that pouty mouth. Like she's still trying to act like the victim and acting on stuff.
Back to the day of the verdict. Were you feeling confident? That's a great question. I wish I could say yes to that. I want to say yes to you, but it wouldn't be true. Even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation. There's another trial, dealt with the same substantive issues, that had even more evidence in. In fact, my evidence was largely kept out. Really important pieces of evidence kept out. Done differently.
Kept out. Okay, whatever you say. Kept out. All right. Well, if that's your excuse, if that's your excuse that a lot of evidence was kept out, and because of this, the jury, the witnesses, the judge, the lawyers, all that stuff. If you keep pointing fingers at these people, but you have no accountability to yourself, what does that mean? That you're trying not to be responsible in what you did, what you've done. Like you lied over and over when you were a witness. Like, oh my gosh, this is such a disaster. It's a disaster.
By a judge instead of a jury. Some evidence is admissible in a UK court that is not admissible in a US court. Do you think that maybe he just had better lawyers? I will say his lawyers did certainly a better job of distracting the jury from the real issues.
See, she's like trying to blame it on everyone else except her. Like this is exactly what I'm talking about. The same thing with her lawyer. I don't even know. I forgot her name. The female lawyer that represented her. Like, I actually put that in Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right, I'm back. So what was I doing? Yes, I was talking about this.
For some people.
Anyway, yeah, she just keeps on blaming it on everything, everyone, denying and deflecting and like lying, but she keeps on saying these things like, "Oh, I told the truth. Like I told the truth and nothing but the truth, and I had this mountain of evidence that was before you all, before the judge, before the jury, all that stuff." But sorry, but like she lied. She lied in a witness stand. Like she lied. So what evidence? Like, I mean, it doesn't matter how much evidence you have. You still lying as a witness.
They just were frankly disgusted by the whole thing and don't have much sympathy for either one of you. Can you understand that? Absolutely. I would not blame the average person for looking at this and how it's been covered and not think that it is Hollywood brats at their worst. But what people don't understand is it's actually so much bigger than that. This is not only about our First Amendment right to speak. But here's the thing about the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects free speech.
Yeah, it protects free speech, not like, you know, because she wants to twist it and say like, oh, I have the right to tell the truth and all that stuff. Like, telling the truth is different than freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is being allowed to speak. You're allowed to speak here. Like, you're not being forced to like be silent or be quiet. Like, no one's telling you, oh, shut up or whatever. Like, no, like she's trying to twist like things and whatever.
Doesn't protect lies that amount to defamation, and that was the issue in the case. Yes, exactly. You can't go into free speech does not protect you if you go into a crowded theater and you scream fire. We get the concept of free speech from the Greeks. My understanding of what that means is not just the freedom to speak. It's the freedom to speak truth to power. The truth is the word. Yes, and that was the issue, and that's all I spoke.
No, you didn't. No, you did not. You did not. You were always, every time you were in a witness stand, you always lied. Always, every time. Like, oh man.
To power, and I paid the price.
Like, every time she said something, oh, I don't remember that, or like, I don't know, I don't remember doing that or saying that. Every time the lawyer brought proof that she did that, and like almost every time.
In the closing arguments, the DEP lawyer called your testimony the performance of a lifetime, and said you were acting. What'd you say to
She was acting. She's still acting right now.
that?
And by the way, this is all scripted. These guys, like, they're just absolutely scripted. These are people in the news are crisis actors. Like, they're just actors. So, like, this is all scripted, guys. Like, this is all. I'm pretty sure this interview is like all scripted, and what she said is just pure stupidity. What she's saying here, but like, she's blaming it on everything and everyone except herself. She's taking no accountability.
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Oh, jeez. That's the stupidest thing. That's the stupidest thing she said. The stupidest thing she said, like, seriously, that's another. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with a trial? What does that have to do with the case, with the lawyer, anything? Like, this has nothing to do with it. Like, bringing in one of Johnny Depp's old movies, like, what does that have to do with anything? It's like, my dog stepped on a bee, like, what the heck does that have to do with anything? It makes no sense.
I had listened to weeks of testimony insinuating that, or saying quite directly that, I'm a terrible actress.
You are.
So I'm a bit confused how I could be both. The DEP team argued that you were the abuser.
She's still delusional. She doesn't know. She doesn't understand.
You instigated physical violence.
She's too wrapped up in her mind.
Did you? I never had to instigate it. I responded to it. When you're living.
This is all publicity, guys. This is all publicity. This is all PR. All just like. Sorry. This is all a publicity stunt. This is what it is. It's Hollywood. It's a publicity stunt. That's what we call it. This is what it is. So, everyone's talking about Johnny Depp right now and Amber Heard, and how she lost and all that stuff, and she's using that attention because she's a narcissist and all that stuff for her benefit. This is what it is. Like it's just crazy.
In violence, and it becomes.
By the way, I don't know if this interview is like the entirety. It's the entirety of this interview, but like this is what I found in YouTube, and like it's just like, oh God, it's so bad.
It becomes normal, as I testified to. You have to adapt. You say you were responding, but there is evidence. There are tapes in which you acknowledge hitting. There are tapes in which you say, I started the fight. I know much has been made of these audio tapes. They were first leaked online after being edited. What you would hear in those clips are not evidence of what was happening. It was evidence of a
Okay, wait. Hold on. She said in a courtroom that the video she sent, or that someone sent out to TMZ, supposedly it wasn't her, but I think it was her. Like, because she wants all attention, like, on her. Like, I'm pretty sure she sent that video to TMZ, whatever, and the lawyer, Johnny Depp's lawyer, said like there's a video that's like edited and unedited, and the edited video was sent out to TMZ so you can look like Amber Heard can look good, and so she's not saying they're edited clips and all that stuff. Like she's like contradicting herself.
Negotiation of how to talk about that with your abuser.
But I'm looking at a transcript that says, he says, you start physical fights, and you say, I did start a physical fight. I can't promise you I won't get physical again. I mean, this is in black and white. I understand.
Again, she's lying. She was lying. She was lying before, she's still lying.
Context. But you're testifying, and you're just telling me today, I never started a physical fight, and here you are on tape saying.
When you did. You always, you were the instigator, you were the abuser, you just were.
Testified on the stand about this is that when your life is at risk.
Because the thing is, with narcissists, they love to gaslight, they love to manipulate, because that's what they do, and they love to deflect and deny and lie and all that stuff, because that's what they do. That's their defense mechanism. That's what they love to do. All they want is attention and money, especially attention though. Like, so when they say something, it's for their own convenience, so they can't get caught in a lie. But she right now she just got caught in a lie. So it's just
when you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when you're in an abusive dynamic, psychologically, emotionally, and physically, you don't have the resources that say you or I do with the
Oh my gosh. No, and she said, "Oh, I'm like the one. I'm the victim here. Like I'm the one that got I got in the middle of a domestic abuse or whatever. I was the victim of domestic abuse or whatever. Like, you're not. You were the instigator. You were the one who, you were the abuser. You're the one who were instigating all this stuff on Johnny Depp. Like, no, like, I'm not defending Johnny Depp. Like, he's a Satanist, whatever. She is too. But, like, I mean, keeping a close eye on this, and it's just insane. It's just insane how it really is. It's just a disaster. It's just a train wreck. It really is. Like, she just wants all the attention on her. That's why she's, like, pretending to be a victim and putting the pouty face and, like, saying, I'm the victim of domestic violence or whatever. No, you're not. Like,
luxury of saying, hey, this is black and white, because it's anything but when you're living in it.
But then there are other times, there's another tape where you're taunting him and saying, oh, tell the world, Johnny Depp, I, a man, am a victim of domestic violence.
Yeah, that's gaslighting.
20-second clips or the
that right there, that clip was gaslighting. That was gaslighting.
Transcripts of them are not representative of even the 2 hours or the 3 hours that those.
Okay, this is another excuse. This is another excuse. Oh, you can't know my full relationship over a 20-second clip. Like, you can't know my relationship over a 30-second clip. Like, this is another excuse. Okay.
Those clips are excerpt from.
Could your side have just put the whole 3 hours in then?
That's hilarious. Oh, that's funny.
I'm not a lawyer, as I testified
to. Could you put the whole clip then, like, to understand the clip more? Like,
I was talking in those recordings as a person in extreme amount of emotional, psychological, and physical distress.
He says he never hit you.
Right? He didn't. He might have, like, abused her. You know,
never. Is that
mentally,
a lie?
Mentally, he might have abused her mentally or emotionally. But I don't think he physically abused her. I don't think that. I don't think he did. She did definitely, but I don't think he did. I think he either, kind of messed up with her or whatever, but, like, I don't believe he did, but I could be wrong,
Yes, it is.
What about the witnesses who said they have seen you instigate physical violence?
I've seen firsthand how people will file rank and support the person they depend on.
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of.
Did they all come in and lie in court? Because she said that this person wasn't telling the truth. This other person was telling the truth. They were like, that's funny.
These witnesses, any names? I'm here to just kind of talk about it from what it felt like for me as a person who sat there.
When I asked his lawyers, why do you think you won? And the answer I got was, because she never took responsibility for anything she did in the marriage.
And that's true. She never took responsibility for anything. Any accountability for anything. Sorry.
Did do and say horrible, regrettable things throughout my relationship. I behaved in horrible, almost unrecognizable to myself ways. I have so much regret. I freely and openly and voluntarily talked about what I did. I talked about the horrible language. I talked about being pushed to the extent where I didn't even know the difference between, right and wrong. I will always continue to feel like I was a part of this, like I was the other half of this relationship, because I was. And it was ugly and could be very beautiful. It was very, very toxic.
Yeah, because you made it toxic.
We were awful to each other. I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. But I've always told the truth. I don't care.
Okay.
Care what one thinks about me.
You never told the truth. No, you didn't.
Or what judgments you want to make about what happened in the privacy of my own home and my marriage behind closed doors. I don't presume the average person should know those things, and so I don't take it personally. But even somebody who is sure I'm deserving of all this hate and vitriol, even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation. You cannot tell
That's another manipulation tactic so you can believe her.
me that you think that this has been fair.
Of course, we also touched on what happened in court and what the jury decided.
This is insane. It's insane, guys. It's a complete train wreck. Just, ugh. Why can't she just move on? Like, why can't she just be silent and say, hey, you know what? I lost. Oh, well, I tried my best. And, yeah, if I lost, I lost. Like, I'm just going to move on, whatever. Like, with a new thing, my new project, whatever, my life. With my life. No, of course she doesn't say that. She's a publicity stunt. She wants the attention. That's why she's in here. So
there's no polite way to say it.
She still has, see right there. She still has a funny mouth and like the teary eye. Poor me.
Jury looked at the evidence you presented. They listened to your testimony and they did not believe you. They thought you were lying.
Yeah, you were lying.
How could I'll put it this way?
She looks like she's like bitter about it because she lost.
Could they make a judgment?
She definitely looks like she's bitter about it.
How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks of nonstop, relentless testimony from paid employees. And towards the end of the trial,
okay, so first she said, "Oh, I'm not gonna name names on the witnesses or whatever, like this and that. Like I'm not gonna name names, or I'm not gonna call them by name or whatever. I'm not gonna call them names or whatever. Like now she's calling them paid employees,
randos,
randos, right, and random people, right? Okay, like she's blaming them. She's blaming them. She's blaming the jury because she lost or whatever. Like, see, this is the kind of lack of accountability she doesn't understand.
Don't blame the jury.
I don't blame them. It wasn't. I don't blame them. I actually understand.
Sure. Okay, yeah, like I believe you.
Beloved character, and people feel they know him. He's a fantastic actor.
Their job is to not be dazzled by that. Their job is to look at the facts and the evidence, and they did not believe.
Right. Exactly.
Your testimony.
Right, because you lied continually.
Or your evidence.
Again, how could they, after listening to 3.5 weeks of testimony about how I was a non-credible person, not to believe a word that came out of my mouth?
Right. Because you're lying the whole time. Anyway. Crazy. Whoops. Alright. Moving on from this one, I actually wanted to go over to this one. But I think I'm gonna take a quick break, guys, because I someone's calling me. But I'm going to take a 5-minute break and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. Sorry for the delay on stuff. Let's get going with this. So yeah, I'm back. I wanted to show you guys this video because it's actually pretty funny that and I'm glad that people don't believe her because all that stuff. Again, it's a train wreck. It's a complete disaster, just a mess. But it's just crazy. It is crazy. All right, let's just continue with this. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
George, this trial had the whole world watching and debating every question, every claim. And this morning, we have exclusive insight into what the jury was thinking. Now, we agreed not to reveal his identity or juror number, so you won't see his face or hear his voice, but he revealed a lot about how these multi-million-dollar decisions were made. This morning, an ABC News exclusive. New details from the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial from a member of the jury who says a lot of Amber's story didn't add up, and the majority
of course it didn't add up because she was lying the entire time under oath. Like she might go to jail for perjury actually because she lied under oath. Like she did.
The jury felt she was more the aggressor.
He balled up his fist.
Yeah, she was the aggressor.
Leaned back.
Yeah.
And headbutted me square in the nose.
But never.
Oh my gosh, my browser is going crazy.
Did I myself reach the point
What's going on with my browser?
Striking.
1 second. Oh my gosh, let me go back. My browser's going crazy right now. Okay, let's go.
Felt she was more.
Yeah, she was the aggressor. She was a manipulator. She was the one who started everything.
Or the aggressor.
He balled up his fist, leaned back.
Yeah, she's lying.
And headbutted me square in the nose.
Yeah, right. Okay. I don't believe that's true. He explained that too. That he was trying to grab her because he kept continually hitting him with stuff, throwing stuff at him, and now he had to grab her so he could stop throwing it. She could stop throwing things at him. So he explained that. I'm pretty sure. Explained that in the other live stream, but she's lying.
Did I myself reach the point of striking Ms. Heard in any way?
The juror, one of 5 men on the 7-person jury, said Heard's emotional testimony was not realistic.
I want to move on with my life.
Yeah, it wasn't realistic. She was lying.
Crying, the facial expressions that she had, the staring at the...
Exactly. This is my point. That look at her facial expression, her facial gestures. That tells you everything. The facial gestures, the fake crying, the fake tears, like where were the tears the entire time? Not one tear fell from her eye. None. Where were the tears? The facial expressions, the facial gestures. She had this face of like poor me, like right. So like she had this victim mentality. She was acting this entire time, not just when she was in witness stand, but also when she was sitting down, on her side, and pretending to be the victim and trying to act like she's the victim, all that stuff. Like the facial gestures say everything. Okay, like just saying.
Jury, all of us,
anonymous male jurors, that's right here,
were very uncomfortable. She would answer one question and she would be crying, and 2 seconds later she would turn ice cold.
Yeah, because she was fake crying.
Some of us use the expression crocodile tears.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. Exactly. Crocodile tears. Exactly. Fake tears.
I didn't think he knew what he was doing. I don't know
where are the tears? Where are the tears?
Oh.
There's no tears. She's pretending to cry, but she's not even crying. She's acting.
On Depp's side, a lot of the jury felt what he was saying at the end of the day was more believable.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Seemed a little more real in terms of how he was responding to questions, his emotional state.
Again, guys, you don't have to be a Johnny Depp fan to understand this stuff. Like, you don't. I've never been a Johnny Depp fan. I was never interested in this stuff. Like, I watched it as a kid, whatever, but I wasn't even like, too into it. I was like, okay. But I was never a Johnny Depp fan. Like, I never was interested in this stuff. Like, and not just that, he's a sellout, and like they both are. Or they're saying this, like they both are. But you don't have to be a Johnny Depp fan to understand this stuff, like psychologically, psychological manipulation and stuff.
It was very stable throughout.
It could begin with throwing a TV remote at my head. It could be throwing a glass of wine in my face.
The juror said the revelation Heard had not donated her $7 million divorce settlement to charity was a fiasco for her.
You still haven't donated the $7 million.
That's funny. This is funny. Like, you still haven't donated your money. You pledged it. You said you were going to donate it, but you never actually donated it because all she wanted is the money, and she makes you. She says that she's going to donate it so people can, believe her and all that stuff, and have this good publicity. This good publicity. Sorry, this good attention, so she can look good, right, in front of other people. But like, yeah.
Divorce settlement.
This is Hollywood. This is Hollywood.
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety. I used pledge and
Pledged, not donate.
donation synonymous with one another.
She goes on a talk show in the UK. The video shows her sitting there telling the host that she gave all that money away. And the terms she used in that video clip were, I gave it away. I donated it. It's gone. But the fact is, she didn't give much of it away at all.
Right.
He also disputed her
She probably gave out like 1/3 of it, probably.
attorneys claim the jury was influenced by social media, saying we followed the evidence. Myself and at least 2 other jurors don't use Twitter or Facebook. Others who had it made a point not to talk about it. He said, ultimately, what I think is truthful was that they were both abusive to each other.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's what I'm saying. They were. He was probably like, mentally, emotionally, like, abusive to her, but she more like physically. Yeah,
that makes either of them right or wrong. But to rise to the level of what she was claiming, there wasn't enough or any evidence that really supported what she was saying.
Right, exactly.
Added that he believed Johnny.
It's not just evidence. Evidence, yeah, it proves that it matters, yes. But the thing is that the proof lies in what she said. Every time she talked, it was like something like she dreaded this on, like she was ranting on, and she was wasting everyone's time and like talking nonsense like that had nothing to do with the trial, and she kept lying about stuff. So yeah, it's just insane.
Did not hit Amber. And he also revealed the jury was given no guidance on the amount of money that both stars were awarded. He said each juror threw out a number that they thought was fair. And notably about the attorneys, he said he thought Depp's team was sharp, while Heard's team had sharp elbows, meaning they were abrupt. They frequently interrupted. Now, Heard, of course, does plan to appeal this, and Depp is about to be back in court with these same lawyers for a separate case. He's accused of assaulting a manager on a movie set back in 2017.
Anyway, guys, that is it for that. I am going to move on because I think that this is just dragging on, and this publicity stunt with Amber and all that stuff, the Today Show, it's another publicity stunt. It really is. So yeah, anyway, let's continue. So we're gonna go ahead and change topics. We're not gonna go into this anymore. I'm done enough. Like I've covered enough. I'm not gonna go into any more of this. Anyway, yeah. So the next thing I wanted to go into is actually the robots. I've done like a couple of live streams on this, covering this, and I'm not gonna go over the whole video because I don't want to get copyright and all that stuff. But just check out, because I covered this before. These 2 robots, I've talked about this before, but they are kind of doing a reveal of the robot or whatever, and how they interact with people and all that stuff. So this is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is an absolute sellout. He is just Satanist sellout. I think he's one of the richest men in the world. But actually, Amber Heard actually dated Elon Musk, which is something else. It said something about her. So yeah, this is Elon Musk. Sorry, my dog. Sorry. All right, sorry. What I was saying is that Elon Musk, yes, he and Amber Heard dated and all that stuff, which is something. It's something else off topic. They dated, whatever, and yeah, whatever. But Elon Musk is another Satanist. He's another sellout who created his Tesla company or whatever with based on cars and on stuff, manufacturing cars, and now it's the Tesla robot, which is insane. So yeah. So this is a robot that I was talking about. Yeah. Yeah, they're just promoting this as if it's a good thing, right? So like, if it's a cool thing, right? "Quote unquote" cool thing, the next big thing, right? Insane. No, notice Elon Musk is right over here, right there, right there. Oh gosh, he's just doing a dance show for everyone, like puppets, like the puppets. Elon Musk is the puppet master, and the robot's a puppet. Insane, guys, insane. Anyway, jeez. Anyway, all right, moving on, guys. I'm not gonna go into this too much. The next video I want to watch is actually the same thing about the robot that I showed the last time. This one is even creepier one. This one looks like a freaking mannequin. This one looks like a freaking, I don't know, like the what's it called? iRobot robots in, yeah, the robots in iRobot, I guess. But this is another one that is like just creepy as heck. Yeah.
I see your camera. I also have cameras in my eyes.
Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, I thought I was gonna throw like a 666 hand sign or something. This thing is freaking creepy. It can literally, I'm not joking when I say it can give you nightmares. I'm not joking about that.
Well, I'm designed as a research platform for human-robot interaction. Communication is my main source.
It's actually an idea of the video game that I was talking about with my cousin. I think it was Detroit Becoming Human. I think it's the video game I think it was talking about back then. But this reminds you of that.
It's a priority.
Yeah, allow her to make all kinds of facial expressions. Yeah, what they want to do is pretty much have them be faster, stronger, and a lot more advanced and it's smarter than humans. They're gonna be wanting to have them, you know, be better than humans pretty much, and just have them be like that. So pretty much technically replace humans. So yeah, it's crazy.
We've looked closer at how the human body is actuated and moves and tried to replicate the key movements using our own system of motors, gears.
Anyway, guys, that is it for that. I'm gonna just wrap it up there. This is like, it's some insane stuff here. Insane stuff. Like him doing puppet show and like him being puppet master and like this being another puppet or whatever. Technically he's a puppet and the higher ups, the elite, are the puppet masters or whatever. But you know what I mean. It's just insane. If you guys want to check out more of my videos explaining this stuff, go subscribe to my main channel, The Big Call, and The Big Call 2.0, which is my second channel, my backup channel. And yeah, if you guys want more of this stuff, more of the content, if you like this similar content, subscribe to both of them. They are going to be very good. I try to, do my best to do these live streams. Things happen, there's background noises and all that stuff, but I try my best to, at least put up a decent live stream for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys.